Almost forgot what I had to do there. Welcome back to another episode of Sports for Dummies, the greatest sports podcast on the planet. My name is Josh, joined by fellow dummy co-host John. How you doing?
Hello, everybody. There was a lot of games on today. Just couldn't get enough of it.
It was a massive, massive day of games. Why is your camera blurry? What is going on?
Why is it blurry?
It's blue.
No. I look fine.
No, you're blurry as. Look at me. I'm like a shiny four-headed anyway.
You're fucked. I can see my fucking reflection in there.
Anyway,
It's just skin tone, Josh.
we're gonna move on. Did you have a great day, John?
Go fuck yourself.
Let's
get into the basketball.
No, I thought we were here for a nice civil conversation about life.
Like how you are, feelings, and it's not why we're here.
You're my psychologist. This is exactly why we're here.
I'm not as good as a psychologist without alcohol. I feel like I was way more insightful when I was pissed all the time.
You know what?
Would you agree?
No, it was different. But yes, like I feel like you wouldn't be a good... Yeah, no, you wouldn't be a good psychologist if you were sober. You're horrible.
I do things better now, but when I was pissed, I was insightful as fuck.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. You're not wrong. Yes, we did have a massive day of NBA today. We just had the 12 games yesterday, and we had the 2, which I've just pulled up for everyone to have a look at if you are watching. So first things first, we had the Spurs and the Bucks. Now, the Spurs 121 to the Bucks 125. So a pretty good win for the Bucks there. It should have been.
It was a very close game. Like it was close. The whole game was really close. And it really took the efficiency of the Bucks is really what helped them. Chris Middleton at 62%. Giannis was at 68% from the field. Damian Lillard was at 52%. Beasley was at 62%. But then you look at the threes. Middleton 66%. Giannis 67%. Beasley 50%. I think the experience of the Bucks was why they won, and 44 points for Giannis was just huge, and they just too much firepower. But
I want to say something.
It's a
disappointing loss.
Should have won a bit easy.
Sorry.
Should have won a bit easier than that.
Your Bucks.
There's something not. Did I have not said there's just something not right?
They're not good.
But they keep winning.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they're not going to get with the performances that they're displaying time and time again.
Yep, I agree.
They just don't have that edge.
No, and
good teams have that edge. They just purely do not have it. I can't see the Bucks getting up. You look at a team like the Thunder or the Nuggets. Who was that? The other team that we were talking about that's up on the top. Joking.
Who is first again?
Who's first? I don't know.
Minnesota, the saber-toothed cats or something?
Cyberwolves or something?
Yeah, but we'll just leave them. No, you're completely right. The one thing that the Bucks do have on their side is the Eastern Conference, like we've said, is a lot weaker.
Yeah.
So hopefully they could be, unless they verse the Pacers, which they can't seem to beat. They lost again.
I know, I saw that. It's surprising. I don't understand why they're not being able to get up.
This is what's happened the last couple of years, and I've said it on here before. On paper, the Bucks look good, and they're going to win enough games. Like they're going to finish top 2, top 3, regardless. Worst case, but I reckon they'll be a top 2 side.
Yeah.
Come playoffs, though, a little bit concerned.
They're not going to take it out this year, but I think it might be a year of
credit to the Spurs. Wemby had 27. Devin Vessel off the bench had 34 points, which was a bit of a surprise, but should have won that a bit easier.
Yep. Completely agree.
And
it was an absolute...
And the thing is, their best players played well. Like, we were efficient. We were efficient as hell.
Maybe the Spurs actually came to play.
Maybe the Spurs were just good.
Yeah, that could be very, very true. There was a terrific dunk, which we're going to jump into. 2 dunks, actually. Simultaneous.
This was cool.
It was to set the tone for anyone who's listening. You had Giannis Antetokounmpo. Is that how you say his name?
You said that very well. That was really
and
good.
Victor
Never say it again.
Oh,
shit, he got it.
Shit. Stop it. These two, you had Giannis just absolutely slam one home, and then you had Victor. He pulls up, realizes he doesn't have any more dribble, throws it up, slams it in. I'm just painting this picture. For
it's beautiful.
It's a beautiful, beautiful dunk. So, guys, I'm going to jump into this. If you're hearing the sound, if you are just listening, you won't. Yeah. I'm going to play it. 1 second.
Fake a spin, a stuff inside by Giannis. 11 right there with the pirouette to find the 2.
And look at them guard one another.
Trying to poke it away.
Right back, right? Didn't I say there was going to be plays where you and I were going to be shaking our head?
Just the Wemby one.
Here's the move by Giannis and the
slow.
finish.
And it was beautiful.
They're
And
going to play
then
this in slow. Watch
right
this.
afterwards, just throw it off the glass.
How's the difference?
The Bucks
in
went for the
styles? You
steal,
got Giannis
didn't
with just pure bully athleticism, and then Wemby just, as you said, he ran out of space, throws it to himself. He's 7'4".
He's got an incredible basketball IQ for a player who's just come into the league. Like the guy, like obviously he would have done that he's a gun. He's a freak. So it makes sense. He's got a lot of natural ability, but to think you've just crossed a player, you've got nowhere to go. You're close to the 3-point line. Yes, you're 7 foot. What is he? 7 foot?
7'4".
You've gone, you know what, stuff it. I'll just throw it up against the board and just slam it home.
Absolutely incredible. And I mean, that you got two. Those dunks actually showed what those, what the identity of those players are. Like Giannis is just this athletic ball beast, bullies his way through, and he's the best in the game at it. And then you got Wemby, who's just got this bag of tricks. It's his first year.
What sort of style do you like in terms of a basketball player? Do you like the player that has a bit more flair? Do you like the player who's a bit more... I know you speak a lot about liking the Joker. He's just a good player. Like what's sort of the thing? So for me, I've always enjoyed a player that has a lot of flair, that can literally just come up and just, whatever it may be. I think it was Jamal Crawford for the Clippers. He just had this ability to have the handles, but then he could... do an amazing assist, or he could do a really cool dunk, which was rare to see. But players like that, I've always loved with the natural talent. But then I kind of like the idea that, these guys that are just athletic beasts just come through and just...
It's a very good question, actually. I go for the Bucks because purely on Giannis. I think it's not that I pick a type of, what their game styles like. I actually go more on the mentality of things.
Okay.
So Giannis is just a competitor. Like he gives it his all on offense and defense. It's why he's won a championship and been a finals MVP. There's all different styles, but what I do love is someone like Giannis. Joker is a competitor all the time. Steph Curry is a competitor. Kobe when he was playing. And then there are players, who are flashy, but then they go missing a little bit.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving, James Harden, that sort of thing. It's why I like Kawhi Leonard, because though he's out a lot, when he's on, he's as competitive as anyone. So I go for more sort of what their mentality is to the game.
Yeah, I'd never really thought of it like that. The guys who have that competitive edge.
Yep.
Those people you can rely on, the really clutch players that they bring it home when it matters. I get what you're saying. Because you can have all the flair in the world, but it doesn't mean anything if you can't get it done.
So there was a couple of years ago where a lot of the players didn't like Giannis because literally...
I remember.
And you got to look at it how they look at it from a standpoint. These guys have incredible handles. They can shoot. And then they see a guy like Giannis, they're like, well, we can do literally everything better than he can in terms of controlling the ball. That guy, though, getting to the rim is, who cares? Doesn't matter. He's just better than everyone at doing it. And he's just the will to compete.
Do you reckon he's better than LeBron at getting to the rim?
No.
Because I know we say...
he is right now.
Yeah. So I reckon when...
LeBron has more... Definitely has more tricks as in versatility, as in how he positions the ball. LeBron's.
No. So I'm just talking more or less when you get to the rim.
LeBron's definitely the best.
Because I remember, you're right, there was a time when all the players... Giannis barely shot. And when he didn't have a good shot. Now he's improved his shot a lot, but he gets to the rim time and time again. He has a very good field goal percentage.
He's just too fast. His biggest thing is his free throws were a liability, and they still are.
Mm.
But in a closeout game in the finals, he hit 17 from 19.
Yeah,
he did it when it mattered.
Biggest stage, which is pretty impressive. So we'll jump in back to the other game. We had the Warriors and the Nuggets. The Warriors 127 to the Nuggets 130. Now, we're just going to play the last little...
Let's just set the scene, though. So this was it. This was it for the Warriors. The Warriors were up by 13 at three-quarter time, 18 at one point, and I think they were 15 up with 5 minutes to go. They were on too. They were absolutely on. Like, it was ridiculous. Like 54% from the field as a team, 41% from three. Another team. They went against the Nuggets. It was such a good game, and they blew it. Now Nikola had 34, 10, and 9 on 81%.
Dude, what's happened? What is he doing? What is he taking? Because he's not missing much. I think the only game that he's missed shots on was against the Thunder.
He's just super efficient.
The guy, I mean, he barely took any shots against the Thunder, which surprised me.
Which was I remember we were watching the game and it was like,
take your
Joker,
shot.
stop passing it. Like, no one else can score here. But that comeback, well, what does it say about the Warriors? Like, that was as good as they could play.
Yeah, so we've set the scene. So it was a very close game to the point
Watch
of which...
this.
Watch this.
Jokic has it. Clock ticks. Got to put one up. Jokic for the win.
Oh, shit. Buzzer beater.
The most unathletic looking player hits a three against the best three-point side of all time.
What do you mean in the most athletic player?
Unathletic looking player hits a 3-point to win the game against the best 3-point shooting team of all time.
As I said, and I'll say it again, Mr. Boring.
He's a star.
He's
an absolute star.
It was cool to see him hit it.
And I just love it because the Nuggets get judged harshly for whatever reason, maybe because they are a little bit boring, but they lose a game and everyone thinks they're out. Everyone got happy about OKC because they beat the Celtics. Well, OKC lost the next day to the Hawks. And the Joker just reminds us 34 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, 81% shooting. And then hits a three-pointer. He's a center. He's an absolute star. And they are still my pick for the West.
Yeah,
I am not as flimsy as Josh.
No, I think I genuinely, from a power ranking perspective, Thunder are the most informed team right now, and if they can carry that through, they will win it. I said that, and I stand strong in that.
Okay,
I genuinely can't see them because the Nuggets are in the same.
What about the Sabertooth Tigers again? No, sorry, we don't.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Minnesota. I don't know.
I don't know what team you're talking about. They're just not going to be there. We don't even know. What's that team?
All right. We're going to do a segment here, and I'm going to explain it. Josh touched on it last episode. So we're going to do a top 10 and do our picks each episode. So from 10, 9 to the first. Now, I'm just going to explain it so everyone doesn't get confused by it.
Like I did.
Josh confused himself what we were actually doing.
I put together like a massive list of all these players. There's 10 players.
And he was wrong. So generally when we're doing your top 10 lists, and generally people will do their top 10 of all time or top 10 current players like as they are. We're going to combine it. We're going to do the top 10 careers of the current players.
Yeah.
So the top 10 of all time, but they have to be playing.
Yep.
So Michael Jordan cannot be there because he is not playing.
No,
and it's not their current form now. It's their whole career. Top 10.
Yep. Now, if I have to read it, I'm going to read off a bit of my.
You read off your
because
thing.
I've got some stats that I want.
I want to hear what yours is.
You want to hear mine first?
Go.
Don't look at the cat. Don't look.
I'm
Don't
not
look.
looking.
Don't
I'm
look.
not
Don't
looking.
look.
I'm not looking.
All right. So my 10th what are we calling this? The top 10 NBA players.
We're going to do top 10.
What are we going to call it?
Top 10 current players of all time.
Yeah, top 10 NBA players of all time.
Top 10 current player. You got to put current in there.
Top 10 NBA current players of all time. Nailed it, finally.
There we go.
So coming in at number 10 for Josh, Luka Doncic.
Ooh.
Now, in my opinion, the best guard in the NBA at the moment.
Yeah.
The guy is averaging his highest ever amount of points and assists in a season. This season alone. Yes, it's only, we're 30 odd in.
For him.
For him, he's averaging the most he's ever averaged in a season. I mean, just his ability to score. Yes, he doesn't have the person. I wouldn't say he's got the championship under his belt. I'm already going to identify that he hasn't gone far in the finals. He now has a player to do it, and he really should. He's got a team to do it now, so he will. He's only played the 6 seasons, of which he won Rookie of the Year, and he's had 4 NBA first team. So a guy who's averaged 28.1 points, 8.5 boards, 8.1 assists, 1.1 steals. I just can't put it. There's not many other players that you can go through that have his caliber. Yes, he will have. He just doesn't have the longevity in the game right now. So that's the only thing that's stopping him from being higher in that list. Once he gets a few rings under his belt, he'll be up there with the likes of our top 3, in my opinion. So
100%. And
that's my 10th. Luka Doncic is my 10th NBA current player of all time.
Nailed it. Just rolls off the tongue. And I don't have Luka in my side. And then it's not because of ability. It's purely because he has not played. He's a victim of he's only played 6 years. Like literally after this year, he probably moves into the top 10 because he's going to be first team All NBA. Could he win an MVP? Who knows? He's just it's literally for me is just he hasn't got there in terms of talent. He's right there.
He's a fucking superstar.
He's an absolute superstar.
His December stats
were
insane.
How he didn't get player of the month
is beyond me. Who got it in the end?
SGA did have a good
look. I agree. I had 2 players that look. But you look at it.
You love to watch them too. Like Luka and SGA are one of the most exciting. 2 of the most exciting players to watch right now.
Luka
just take the individual.
Can I say this? Luka's a smooth operator.
Yeah.
The way he plays, you just don't expect the ability to come from him. And all of a sudden, the way he walks onto the court and the way he shoots his threes, the way he competes, the way he passes, he does it all. And the thing is, I don't think there's a lot of players in the NBA that can do that. As I said, number 10 is so light on for a player of his caliber, but compared to other careers inside the sport right now, give him 5 years.
Give him a year and he'll be in mine. Literally, and he'll go up that list.
All right,
no,
Danny,
I've got no problem with that. So I'm going a little bit the opposite. So Luka missed out on mine purely just because he just hasn't played enough.
Yeah.
My top 10 current NBA player of all time is getting there for the opposite just because of his body of work. And that's Chris Paul. He's not talking about him now, but his whole body of work. He's probably the last quintessential, traditional point guard, averaging 18, 5, and 9 for his career. I'm just going to go through the accolades, what this guy has done. So he's a 12-time All-Star. He's an NBA All-Star MVP. 4 times All-NBA first team, 5 times All-NBA second team, 2 times All-NBA third team. So he's made the All-NBA squad 11 times. He's 7-time All-Team first team defense. He's made it 2 times second team All defense. I got that screwed up. He's an NBA Rookie of the Year. He's a 5-time assist leader. He's a 6-time NBA steals player. He's in the NBA 75 of all time. He's 3rd in total assists and steals. He's just his body of work. has to get him in the top 10 for me. The only reason why he is 10th and he's not higher, he's just got no playoff. He's got no finals. He's never won anything. He's made one final, and they lost to the Bucks. Every team that he's gone, because he's played for every team that he's gone for, apart from the Warriors, have gotten better. It's just a lack of playoff success for me. He hasn't won an MVP, but with all those accolades from just an individual standpoint, I've got to have him on the top 10.
No, I completely agree. I mean,
it's interesting because Luka and Chris Paul
Luka's also had 4 All-Star appearances as well, and in the first team. So that's...
but how different are those selections? You got Luka, who's just started, and then Chris Paul is there purely because just his longevity. Like, he's achieved so much, which is the reason why I've literally just given him the nod over Luka. Luka was my 11.
Yeah.
Chris Paul just gets him.
You know what's weird? CP3's in mine.
Interesting.
Somewhere.
Oh, the spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. The CP3 is definitely mine. I love the Clippers players. I love watching CP3.
We know I think you don't love the Clippers players.
But we all know one thing. CP3 has always come into a team. He's never ruined a squad. I've never seen him come into a team and ruin the culture
every team
negative.
he's gone to, apart from the Warriors, and we're not going to give him. We're not going to he's at the end of his career now. They've got better.
Yeah, 100%.
They've got better. He just hasn't. His body's, whether his body's failed him or a few performances, just hasn't been able to get it done in those latter parts of the season. And I mean, he has a champ. If he had a championship in there, he'd probably be a little bit higher. But he just hasn't. Just hasn't.
No, guys. Well, I think that wraps it up.
That was good.
We're gonna bring up so we're doing it. What are we going to... Every episode, we're going to reveal our...
We'll be number 9 tomorrow.
Number 9 tomorrow for the NBA current players of all time.
We're also... Tomorrow, we are going to do that, and we will cover the games, but tomorrow we are going to do a special. We are going to talk about the career of Wilt Chamberlain, and I've just been reading through the records. I know a lot about his story. We're just going to do some educating on what a mythical creature this guy is, just on what he's been able to achieve, records that are still here, the rules that were changed for him to make it harder for him to dominate. He was just an absolute specimen, and excited to go through and give a bit of education on. I think he gets judged a little bit fairly because of the era that he did play in, but he's an absolute monster.
Agreed. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We really appreciate all the support, all the views. If you have any comments, any feedback, we would love to hear them. So drop them down. Any requests? Yeah, any requests. And guys, please like, subscribe, and ring the notifications. It means a lot, helps us. We'll catch you on the next one.
See you, guys.
See ya. Bye. I didn't play my music. There we go.